Good morning. This is Mark Stouse. I'm the CEO of Proof. I am part of the Hard Skill Exchange, and we have a big event coming up next week, November the 12th through the 14th, online. There's lots and lots of stuff about how you can join for free and really get a lot of great information about AI. Its immediate past, where we all think it's going in 2025, and it's all kind of set up to focus on different things. I'm part of a panel that looks at M&A and investment. Yesterday, I did a video on M&A and the similarities actually between the logic behind M&A and the logic behind AI. Today, I want to talk a little bit about what we're finding to be true with investment. And this is, there's a lot, obviously a ton of money that has poured into AI for the last, say, 2.5 to 3 years. It's arguably among the most over-invested categories ever. There's a lot of concern about that, but obviously there's also a lot of really, really cool, very amazing things that can be done as a result of AI. So I'm going to tell you about one of them. So let's just say that you have a small pre-rev startup. You don't have any data to model because you haven't lived as a company. There's no basis to have data when you're that young. And so you're kind of thinking about your pro forma, how you're going to deal with all the ambiguity and volatility and things like that in the world today. Just the stuff that is most directly relevant to your world is quite enough. So what happened about 18 months ago now is that ChatGPT-4 and other tools now began to have the capability to do something that had been done for a long time the old-fashioned way. This is mainly the area of counterfactual modeling, which is a very, very fancy way of saying what if scenarios. What if I did this? What if I did that? What would be the outcome of this and that and so on? Used to be pretty much the province of nation states, militaries, Fortune 100 companies. It was done by hand. It was very expensive. It was very time consuming. You had to wait and wait and wait in order to get the model finished and the results out there. And all of a sudden, you didn't have to wait anymore. So in kind of a short version of this, right, what happens is that you come up with what's called a science fiction outcome. This is an outcome that has never happened before, and that is not real at this time. And AI, Gen AI, helps you with the right prompts to discover this alternative. And then you can say, hey, I need to be able to, that's really cool and all, but I want to be able to connect it to where I am. And so you specify that in ChatGPT. And I want to be able to create a ladder between the 2 points. So all of a sudden now science fiction is connected to reality. And you can say, hey, I need about 1,000 days of data for each one of these ladders, and maybe more. And because I want to be able to run it as a counterfactual model. So you get all that data. It's synthetic, but it is highly representative, and it is beautifully organized in ChatGPT. And you download it and you load it into a tool like Proof Analytics, and boom, you have a counterfactual model, all of which has taken place in less than 3 hours. You continue to build similar models, usually changing just the external factors at that point. And you gradually build an array of scenarios that turn into what's called a spaghetti model. Now, you probably have seen these. You just didn't know they were called spaghetti models. Every time you see a hurricane tracking chart, right, where you see all the little lines with all the little probability percentages next to them, right, and that as the storm moves forward, obviously some of those go by the by, and others start to really coalesce around what ultimately will be the route of the storm. And that's exactly what happens in this case. So that this spaghetti model, which is a reduction of all of these counterfactual models, are essentially giving you a very robust backstop, foundation to the financials, the pro formas that any investor wants. Except they're going to be far more rigorous than anything that springs from the hearts and minds and hopes of a founder. And we've already seen evidence of this. They age much better. They help calibrate risk and value and things like that much more effectively. So this is actually really, really cool. This is steadily making up quite a bit of the use cases that customers are doing in Proof. Far more so in some respects than natural data modeling. But it's just it's something that's really cool. It's something that nobody thought was going to be possible. And it is totally outside of the mainstream messaging that you hear from AI type merchants about efficiency. It is about efficiency, but man, it is about so much more than efficiency. One of the reasons why I try really hard, and it's a it's a lift. I try really hard to be smart, is that I want to be that multiplier, not a multiplier. I want to be the thing that's being multiplied by AI that really delivers a lot of value. And so I am an example of a person being multiplied by AI. I don't want to be a 0. I don't even really want to be a 1. I want to be a 2 or a 3 or a 5 or a 10, right? And that is the power of what we're talking about. We have, pardon my French, been dicking around in stuff with AI that it's just kind of it's there, it's real, okay, but it's just not even close to the thing. So I'm looking forward to being on this panel. Thank you, Julia, for inviting me. And I hope very much to see you there. Thanks so much, and have a great election day.